26. I would like to call this meeting to order. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Council Vice President Horion.
Present.
Councilman Andujar. Councilman Ritz.
Present.
Councilman Trafficante. Councilwoman Vaziri.
Present.
Council President Wall.
Here.
Is there anyone in chambers who would like to make public comment on agenda matters only? Is there anyone online who would like to make public comment on agenda matters only?
There is nobody online for public comment.
At this time, I would like to close public comment. I would like to entertain a motion to convene to executive session pursuant to RIGL 42465A2. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Council Vice President Horion.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes,
Council President Wall.
Yes.
we are now in executive session. Turn to open session.
So moved.
Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Council Vice President Ryan.
Yep.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes. I can't focus.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
I want to state for the record that motions were made in executive session. I would like to make a motion to seal the executive session minutes.
Motion to seal the executive session minutes.
Any discussion? Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Council Vice President Ryan.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz. Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the April 6, 2026 regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Council Vice President Ryan.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz. Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the sealed minutes from the April 6, 2026 executive session.
Motion to approve.
Any discussion? Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Council Vice President Ryan.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz. Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, can you please call the roll?
All in favor?
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? This meeting has been adjourned.
Thank you.
Councilman Trafficante. Councilwoman Vaziri. Councilman Andujar.
Present.
Council Vice President Ryan. Council President Wall.
Here.
Okay. Approval of the minute, I'm looking for an approval of the minutes from April 6, 2026.
Motion to approve April 6, 2026 meetings as drafted.
Second.
Any discuss? Clerk, could I have a roll call vote?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Ryan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Okay, is there anyone here from the public tonight that would like to comment on docketed items only? Is there anyone online that would like to comment on docketed items only?
There is no one online for public comment.
Like to close public comment at this time? The public hearings, we have none listed tonight. Under show cause licenses, we have the leasing of the motor vehicle license, Enterprise Rent-A-Car at 275 Atwood Avenue, and I believe they did pay their fine. So I don't think we need, this is just a review, so I don't think we need a vote, correct? Solicitor,
Doesn't say.
you'd like me to call for a vote?
I don't think you need a vote.
Okay, I would like this removed from the next calendar, clerk. The next item is a Class V liquor license and Victorin license for Zona Lounge located at 195 Niantic Ave, and it was a review of the safety plan, which they actually gave us at the last meeting. So I would also, Solicitor, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, no, I was in touch with their attorney, Petrarca, and I told them it was on for status. They haven't appeared, so, but I don't think it was necessary. The safety plan was presented. I haven't heard any objections, so this matter can also pass.
I did have contact today with the police department. They have no concerns. So
Okay.
I'm asking for this to be removed from our agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? I don't think I needed a vote, but without objection, okay. Committee matters over. going to be Class V liquor license new, and this is U Dumpling Cranston, Rhode Island LLC, doing business as Ugly Dumpling, located at 2000 Chapel View Boulevard, Suite 200. Is anyone here tonight from that business? I'm going to ask for this to be continued over, since they do not have all of their work in. Could I
Motion.
please,
Motion to continue to the next meeting.
Second.
any discussion? Okay. Could I please have a roll call vote?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
The next item on my agenda is expansion of our licenses review, and this is Las Homies LLC, doing business as El Eskimo, located at 411 Laurel Hill Ave. If I remember correctly, we were just having this on the agenda to see if there was any concerns. I did today discuss this with Cranston Police, the state representative, and Councilman Anderhauer, do you have any concerns with this business?
No, I drive there constantly. Everything's good. They're keeping everything up to par, but we have to see what happens in the summertime because that's when the issue was.
Would you like me to leave it on the agenda and have it back listed in June or July?
I would say July. I think we could recess it for at least 60 days.
Okay, clerk, if I could please have this taken off the agenda but added back on in July. Could I please have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, clerk, could I have a roll call vote?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan.
Yes,
Council President Wall.
Yes.
it looks like catering license for U Dumpling Cranston, doing business as Ugly Dumpling. They've requested to continue. I'm going to ask for a motion to continue since they still have outstanding paperwork.
Motion to continue.
Second.
Discussion? Have a roll call.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes. And just a point of information, with this will be continued to next meeting.
Under new matters before the committee tonight, I have a new victoring license, Diner on Elmwood, located at 1617 Elmwood Avenue. Is anyone here from that business tonight? Please come up to the podium, state your name and your address. I was reached out by the business owner and their attorney, I believe, asking to have this on the agenda without all the paperwork completed because they needed to be on our agendas to get a sale, and the Department of Health did give you a date, correct?
Yeah, Christopher Tremblay, 54 Dean Ave, Johnston, Rhode Island.
Now, do you own the business now?
No, we're hoping to close on the 18th.
Right, so you're gonna be the new business owners? Okay, I don't think I can pass any licenses until you're the owner. Is that correct, attorney? I can't do it subject to.
As long as they have an ownership interest, they can apply, and clearly he has an ownership interest, but that's not the issue.
Missing Department of Health
Yeah, that's
inspection.
really the issue, but normally, as long as someone has a legitimate interest going forward, they can apply for a license. That's not a barrier, but Department of Health is.
What is the date for your Department of Health inspection?
The Department of Health was telling me I had to get my license from the Cranston before they would schedule the inspection.
Businesses can usually request the Department of Health inspection once, because once you get that, then I pass the, I'm not supposed to pass a victory license until you've been inspected. Councilman Anderhauer?
Is this a transfer, sir?
Yes, I'm buying the present business from the owner and taking over the business exactly the way it is.
So the Department of Health because I own a restaurant. So the Department of Health has an active license right now. So that's why they're not letting him apply for a license because there's one in motion already. So once he gets the license or something from us saying that he's approved, they'll cancel that license and then give him a re-inspection, charge him some more money and give him a license. So that's what's going on.
So right now for 1617 Elmwood Ave, there is a current Victoring license.
Yes, it's still the in operation of the original owner.
You can't transfer a victualling license. You can transfer a BV license. You can't transfer a victualling.
No, what I'm
license.
saying is that since it's a transfer, that's why they can't. They're telling him he needs a license or something from us. But I think if you go there with the minutes from today, they should be able to help you out. I mean, the councilwoman would give you her card. Elmwood Ave, that's Ward 2 or Ward 1? Oh, Ward 1. So just the councilwoman will give you her card. She was here as a witness. Get the meeting minutes. They'll call her and then they'll schedule a inspection. And then we'll probably have to have a special meeting if the chairwoman would like, so that way you get your own license. In your name.
Through the chair, if I could, sir, if I could ask a question. So have you presented the Department of Health with an application that you filled out here? The copy of the application for Cranston?
I'm not sure. I did give them an application.
Yeah.
And then when I put in my application, I also did the serve save course. And then I put in the certificate for approval for that, so they would do the inspection. But they're saying that I needed a license to put on that certificate to certify it in order to get the inspection.
Well, we can't give legal advice, but I guess I'm going to give legal advice. I'm going to suggest that perhaps you show them a copy of the application that was received by the clerk's office so that they know that it's contingent upon their inspection, because how else would they know that you really applied? Try that. That might help.
Thank you.
I'm also going to give you my business card. If you could call me tomorrow morning, I'm going to help you walk through the Department of Health and get it going over there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So at this time, I'm going to ask for continuance.
Motion to continue.
Second.
Be our next month's scheduled meeting. When were you hoping to close on the business or to have your grand opening?
We're hoping to close on the 18th, so we could just do like a 3-day shutdown for training and switch over, so that too much of the staff wouldn't be laid off or off of work because of the lag between the council meetings and the actual ownership. But we'll look for a way to try to work through that.
I think I actually have a full council meeting on the 18th that night. So if we can get everything situated, I believe I could probably do a safety service meeting quick before our full council, if the council president approves it.
I don't see why not.
All right, so if we can get everything taken care of, I'll schedule a special meeting just for you to approve it.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Reach out to me tomorrow, please. Thank you.
Discussion.
Any discussion? Could I please have a roll call vote?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Okay, next is the mobile food establishment. This is for everyone's information only, so I hope you got to review it.
Mhm.
After that is the license renewals before the committee amusement machine license. And this is Pawtucket Athletic Club located at 12 Aborn Street. Could I please have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, could I have a roll call vote?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Next on the agenda is snack pack vending located at 2190 Broad Street. Could I please have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Clerk, could I have a roll call vote?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Next is B, Solicitor.
Yes, through the chair, if I may, I know we have plenty of time, but if you wanted to take B and C as a block, you could do that. If you just want to take D singly, you could do that too. Truthfully, I think you could take them all as a block since they are renewals. I think you could take B, C, D, and E as a block, unless someone has an objection. Just give everyone a minute to scroll down the list. Unless there's an objection and a significant one, these, as a matter of law, should be granted anyway. So just a suggestion. We have plenty of time.
I've read over them all and I'm comfortable. Does everyone want a minute to read over them all? Make sure you're comfortable. Solicitor, can I do them as one block or all separate?
I think you could do it as one block.
All right, could I have a motion to take item B, C, D, and E as a,
So
I think
moved.
you can state if there are no objections, I'd like to take those as a block. We don't, right? And we'll vote them as all.
Well, take a vote for the block.
Okay.
Just take the vote.
Take 'em as a vote.
Because we are taking quite a few in a block. Let's do a vote.
Motion to
Please.
take B, C, D, and E as a block.
So moved.
Second.
any discussion? Clerk, could I please have a roll call?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz. Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Harayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Next on my agenda is
Well, I think in motion now to approve the block.
motion to approve the,
So moved.
Second.
and please have a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Harayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Next on the agenda, F is food establishment renewals. It's informational only. We need no votes on them. If you just want to look at them all. Item X is monthly schedules. I noticed that Park Theater we don't have, and also Cranston Stadium, which we usually never have. So,
Motion to enter roads on the Patuxent into the schedule.
Second.
any discussion? Clerk, could I have a roll call vote?
Councilwoman Graziano.
Yes.
Councilman Ritz. Councilwoman Vaziri.
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council Vice President Harayan.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
The next is under communications, and would it be appropriate if I said something now? Am I allowed to without it being on the agenda?
Probably really shouldn't unless it's procedural or something like that. But if it's substantive, I would caution you not to do that because it should be on the agenda. If it's substantive, I don't know what you want to discuss, but procedural, sure, but substantive.
It would, Councilman Campo Piano reached out and asked me to say he wouldn't here, but he wanted to attend the school committee meeting on the budget.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
Fair enough.
sure.
Thank you. A license approved, subject to not, that's for informational only. I hope you all looked at it. We have an extremely small list.
Good job.
Could I please have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor, say aye. All those
Aye.
I'd like to call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Today is Monday, May 4th, 2026, 7:02 PM. Clerk, please take a roll.
Councilwoman Graziano, Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante, Councilwoman Vaziri,
Present.
Council Vice President Haroyan, Councilman Andujar,
Present.
Council President Wall.
Here.
If there is no objection, I'd like to take the meeting out of order. Seeing none. Let's start with Councilman Campobiano, ARPA grant money. Councilman, the floor is yours.
Okay, can we have an update from the finance director on this?
What did you want? An update of the ARPA funds? Okay, well, I can tell you that the ARPA funds are pretty much all consumed. They've been used for police and fire. They've been used for public buildings, used for recreation bond, used for highway, storm drain. And I believe that's practically all of it. I really need, if you needed specifics, I would have to go and do the research. But I know it was used for all those different classifications.
Do we know how much is left?
There's nothing left right now.
So, all those projects are ongoing, but they have to be done by a certain time.
Yeah, December of 26.
So,
Right, David? December.
So, Council, you're referring to the $200,000 that was set aside in grant money that was going to anybody who's infringed on business during the construction work?
Mr. Auditor, if you could just state your name for the record. Sorry about that.
David DeMayo. You're referring to the $200,000 that are appropriated for the construction work in Knightsville and throughout Cranston. That was given out 1,000 at a per person.
yeah, correct, but I do
All right.
appreciate the director going into a little more detail on some of the other ones. Yes, I believe there's about, last time I talked to Franklin, that there was about 10,000 left.
Yeah, he actually had come around, he stopped by my office and I think everybody received a list from Director Anzuli of where it was. And I think it's about that. It might be even a little bit less, a little bit more, but it's around that 10 to 15 left. And he actually has been going, he actually was in Knightsville going into businesses that didn't apply. And then he said that he was going to businesses with a notary public. So he could actually fill the application out there with the client and submit it at the same time to help them out.
Yeah, I walked around with a few of those locations, and I guess we're dwindling down. So as far as we know, there's about 10 left.
Yes, that's my understanding. And I think that's what was brought up at the budget sessions. You wanted to know, or somebody wanted to know. I think at that time was about 40,000 left.
Yeah, I think it was about that.
Yeah. So it's definitely is going to be consumed by the end of this fiscal year, June 30.
So we're trending in the right direction, so that's good.
Yeah, I thought you wanted a whole picture of all opera funds.
Just that one, thank you.
Okay.
Any other council people? Councilwoman Haroyan.
Could we go a little bit more into date? That concerns me. When we had our Saturday meeting, there was about 40,000 left in it. I'd like to know exactly how many have applied, have they been approved, and what exactly is left in that account? Because if it's not spent, to my understanding, we would have to pay back the $200,000. That's what Councilman Campopiano was concerned with. So we'd like to know how many applicants have been submitted, have they been processed, have they been approved?
I will provide that for you by the council meeting this month.
Okay, and since it's written very broadly, just ARPA grant money,
Okay.
has all the money that was requested and allocated for projects, has it been spent or is it still waiting to be spent? Like Budlong Pool, has all the ARPA money that was supposed to go to Budlong Pool, has it been spent?
It's been spent, but it has not been received as a reimbursement right now.
Okay, and how about Knightsville? I see lots of and I did send a detailed email to administration last week asking for the finances, whether they were city ARPA, everything for Knightsville. I'm waiting to receive that. Do you know what ARPA money was spent for Knightsville renovations?
Off the top of my head, I don't. I'd have to check on it. I don't know.
Okay,
And I didn't get that information.
You didn't?
Personally, no.
Okay, thank you.
Any other council people? Seeing none, moving on. What? Councilman Banano.
I think it would be prudent, and I realize that Director Strom hasn't been here very long, and most of the opera money was probably expended after he retired the first time. But I think it might be prudent, if not for this council meeting, the next one, to get a detailed report on where every opera fund went, just to see what's up from when, when it was offered through when it was exhausted. So I don't expect everybody to know that off the top of their head, but I would like to see something like that either for May's council meeting or June's council meeting.
Director Renzulli.
Hi, thank you. My apologies. I'm across the way at the school committee meeting, trying to be in two places at once. So I think I walked in to kind of just have a brief of what Councilwoman Heroyan asked for. I know that I received a request, like an APRA request, basically. It's not really an APRA request. You're not asking for documents, but asking for information. And I think I responded pretty clearly and in detail that I would get that information. But what I want everyone to realize is the information is not already put together in the way that it's being asked for. So I do need to sit with Director Strom and mainly Mr. Igo, who just got back from vacation today, because he has the historical knowledge on that information. And I would like to put it in a document that clearly identifies everything that was spent in Knightsville as requested. If the new request is also on every way that ARPA money was spent, I'm happy to do that. This is going to take me a little bit of time. So if you want to give a deadline, I'm happy to do that. Or I can send the information as I gather it rather than in one large report. So Director Strom doesn't have that yet because we haven't had the discussion. He's trying to create the new budget.
Councilman Campopiano,
Good.
Councilman Campopiano had just put ARPA funds on. What he was looking for is the 200,000 that was for small businesses through economic development. There was a concern that that would not be distributed. So we would just like to know, we've been told there's about 10,000 left. We would like to know the applicants, if they've been processed and if the business has received them.
Yep. So there is 10,000 left. The Economic Development Director conveyed in a meeting today that he thinks that he'll have them all out by next week. I did send a list of people who are getting them. I can update that list for you. He doesn't send it to me every time he adds someone, and he hasn't given me the spreadsheet of, where they're at in the process. If that's what you're requesting, please send an email so he knows that's what I'm asking for. I will go through any avenue you guys need to get you your information, but it's just, there's different layers of who has the information in order to get it and put it in a way that's, can be read how you want it. I will have to do that work for you, and I'm happy to do that. I just need to know what it is.
Councilman Ritz, are you all set? Councilwoman? All right, Councilman Ritz.
Just one comment, Director, and I haven't even put your press down yet. With sending this off, I'm okay with waiting till June if that's a reasonable time. I'm pushing it. Rather than, you sending one at a time, I'm okay with waiting if you need June or even longer to.
Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah.
now that it's on my plate, I'll probably try and get it off my plate into you guys as soon as possible. Just realize that as we're doing other things simultaneously, we need to take priorities. I think everyone wants the budget sooner than later, but I'll be doing all of this on the side. And if I missed anything before I got here that you guys requested, if someone could just let me know, I'm happy to take care of that.
What's that? You don't have 15 other questions? Okay. Councilman Banano.
Director Renzulli, before you got here, I think, no, everybody kind of said, but it's impossible to get this week, I think. So, especially with what's going on. So, I just wanted to say we appreciate that. And I think just to see where stuff went and how it was spent is prudent at this time, whether it's May or June, I'm fine with it, as much time as you need to, and I know you'll work together to get it right. So nobody expects it this minute, hopefully soon. Thank you.
Councilman Campabiano.
Thank you, Chair. I see that, I don't know if you can answer this, but I see that there's an additional work being done through Knightsville, some sidewalks, so there's probably going to be businesses that are affected by construction. It's my understanding that this grant program would work as it's written up as any business affected by some sidewalk work or utility work. Is that correct?
That's correct. So if they're affected within geographical area, they can apply one time for $1,000.
Yes, so these new, what my point was, is these are being affected now, not in the past. So those will be able to collect that going forward.
Well, I'm confused about your question. They have a couple of times opened up the geographic area of people who could apply. So there's $10,000, there's 10 of them left, and anyone who within that area can apply. You just can't apply twice.
No, my point being is the sidewalks that are being done now and like weren't affected in the past. It's now, so they are opened up to applying for this grant now.
I would have to confirm that with the Economic Development Director, but I believe it's any kind of construction that's affecting a business, yes.
Yeah, so my point being is if they exhausted all the ones before, we have new ones that are being affected, so maybe we can approach them.
They
and
should
then
focus
can
on
go
that
focus
area.
on
I
that
understand
area.
what you're saying, yes.
Okay.
So they should go there and they could probably get 10.
Like that.
Right away.
Because they weren't affected in the past. They probably exhausted the people in the past.
Yeah.
Now these new people are being affected,
Mhm.
and maybe they can.
I'm happy to pass along that suggestion. That will make it easier for the Economic Development Director to get this money out. But I did go out with him for a couple of hours one day, and he is making a sincere effort to get this money out. So I do believe it could be done by next week.
Thank you, Director.
Councilman, one other thing I'd like to mention is before the money's distributed, the tax collection department checks to make sure they're up to date. All certificates are up to date, licenses, et cetera. So before any money is going to be given to a prospective proprietor, it's got to be, all his fees and everything need to be up to date, which they are before it is.
Thank you.
Mr. Auditor.
I just want to take the time to clarify something. The city of Cranston roughly got 42 to 43 million in opera funds. A portion of the calculation was of the abundance of the money, I don't have the numbers handy, was put into the operating funds. So that's technically been accounted for, been appropriated, been accounted for, because those reports, if you qualified, I think it was like the 10% rule. So that's all taken care of. The main concern is anything else that was outlined for capital improvements that may take some time. They need to be, obviously, it was supposed to be assigned by 12/31/24 and expended by 12/31/26. So the concern is with that money. So wherever pool, fire, wherever those money was allocated to, that's the concern about making sure that that is taken care of by 12/31/26.
Seeing none, moving on. Number 3, approval of minutes. If there is no objection, I would like to take as a block the minutes of the April 6, 2026 regular meeting, the minutes of the April 16, 2026 special meeting, minutes of the April 18, 2026 special meeting.
Take as a block, April 6, 2026, April 16, 2026, April 18, 2026.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none? Clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri,
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan,
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
May I entertain a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri,
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan,
Yes.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Moving on to committee businesses matters carried over. I would like to entertain a motion to table the ordinance and amendment of Title III, Revenue and Finance of the City of Cranston Code of Ordinances, 2025, entitled Chapter 3.12.60, Adjustment of Exemption of Veterans and Compliance of Title 44, Chapter 3, Title 24 of the General Laws of the State of Rhode Island.
Mr. Chairman, this matter has already been tabled indefinitely, so this should never appear on the agenda again unless removed from the table. So this, I didn't catch this, but this was tabled indefinitely on 4/6, so that just remains off the calendar.
So there's a motion to table, withdraw it?
Yes, because it's already been
Okay,
done.
I would like to
indefinitely.
withdraw that motion because this is indefinitely. Okay, moving on to correspondence. There's none. At this time, I would like to open public comment. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on docketed items only? Seeing none. Clerk, is there anyone online that would like to speak on docketed items only?
There is no online public comment.
This time, I would like to close public comment. Moving on to new matters before the committee. There are none. Moving on to resolutions. Moving on to the resolution in support of the State of Rhode Island General Assembly amending Cranston tax exemptions. Pretty sure everybody has it in their packet. May I entertain a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please take a roll. What?
So just as you know, when we went through this earlier this year, this is really just a housekeeping resolution to make sure that the current exemptions are matching what the current exemptions that we give now are authorized by enabling legislation. So it is housekeeping. I haven't had a chance to talk to Ms. Mazzulli today, but so the bill that's in is a good bill. It needs a little tweaking on a couple of things, but this is a resolution to make sure that the exemptions that we're currently giving, there's no increase in any exemption, match what the enabling legislation gives us. So it is purely just housekeeping.
Thank you, Council.
Director
Renzulli.
That is correct. Thank you, Chairman. Also, an addition that you'll see in the bill itself is it gives the option to be adjusted every 3 years immediately following revaluation of property, with any such increase not to exceed the consumer price index. So that is something new that has been brought forward by Councilman Andujar, Councilman Bonanno, I believe Councilman Ritz, about raising tax exemptions. This seems like a way to do it with a method, staying in line with the consumer price index. So if that changes at the State House, that's kind of up to you guys. But this was meant to be a housekeeping bill so that moving forward, we have a handle on these exemptions. If we want to raise them, we have to, be in line already with what we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri. Oh, she stepped out. Council Vice President Horayan,
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Moving on, real estate tax abatements. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen them. May I entertain a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan,
Yes.
Councilman Andujar.
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Moving on to item D, motor vehicle tax abatements. There are none. Moving on to item E, tangible tax abatements. There are none. Moving on to item F, tax interest waiver approvals. There are none. Moving on to G, tax interest waiver denials. There are none. Moving on to H, Tax Assessment Board of Review assessed December 31st, 2023. Has everybody seen it? Everybody seen it? We are moving on to advise and consent of the mayor's appointee of Richard Mancini as fire chief. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Or a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I think we're very
Director.
lucky to have Director Mancini, and he'll be a great chief for us here in City of Cranston.
Councilman Bonanno.
I agree.
Councilman Ritz. Councilwoman Vaziri.
I agree.
Councilman Wall. President Wall. All right. Minority Leader Campobiano. Good. All right. With that, clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ritz,
No,
Yes.
yes.
Councilwoman Vaziri,
Yes.
Council Vice President Horayan,
Yes.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
All right, I can read it now.
Yes.
Sorry, we cut off the director.
I had something, we usually present for the advice and consent, but I can read it at the full council. Give me one last thing to write. Thank
That'll
you.
be fine. Thank you, Director. Okay, moving on to page 1. Council President Wall, monthly finance report, period ended March of 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I probably would request Director Strom to step up to the microphone. And those of you who have it online, we're going to be focusing on page 1, Director. Director, I just want to refer, are you ready to page 1, because that's generally, the big item there that we're trending towards a $10.4 million deficit. I see that we're low in some of our revenues are down by $1.2 million, and our expenditures are up by $9.2 million. We're trending in a bad way. In January, it looked as we had about a $220,000 deficit, which wasn't alarming at the time. In February, we saw a $9.9 million deficit. And now, another $500,000, we're at a $10.4 million deficit. It is concerning. I expressed this concern, and I know the administration expressed concern in the press about this matter. But I think one of the big questions is, and I know you've just come on, so I don't look to dig into you, but what are we doing? What are we doing to rectify the situation? Because this trend, $10.4 million, can't continue. It's unsustainable. As we argue about the budget and how we're going to solve the current budget, we look like we have a disaster coming, forward again. Please tell me as I say, I'm not, I know we brought you on just a short time ago. I'm not looking to dig into you, but I think we could use some answers on this matter.
Well, one of the items is that all purchase orders, I have to approve them before I will release them going forward. I think you would find that for the month of April, those numbers would change significantly. However, I wouldn't say that figure of 10 million or 10.4 is not going to actually occur by June 30 of this year. But I don't see it increasing because we put in, for the last 3 months, April, May, and June, we've put in only spending on essential or emergency items. So I'm watching it very carefully. We did receive some revenues in the month of April that's not reflected here that will offset some, but I don't want to disclose or say anything right now because there could be changes again. And I don't want to say that we're going to be under that number or over that number till I get a better feel of how it's going to end, say by the end of April, mid-May, because we haven't received all our revenues in from the state. And we haven't had the tax sale yet. So there's a lot of factors that affect it. And the key is to keep our expenditures under control which is what I'm attempting to do in just the last 3 months.
Certainly, and thank you. I'm gonna refer to page, I'm gonna say 2 and 5. And I also, I already referred to the revenues. It's both on page 2 and 5. It probably is better represented on page 5. The revenue's down 1.2 million. And I think a lot of times we do focus on our expenditures, but this is something that's contributing to our deficit as well. And the area I see on page 5 that I see concerns, 2 of them. I see a revenues are down, if I'm not mistaken, on page 5. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on the right page. That fines and forfeitures are down $1.6 million. Am I reading that accurately?
I don't have that page with me for some reason, but again, I believe that those figures are generated from the city clerk's office, I believe. David, is that from the city clerk's office?
I think that's inspections. Is that inspections?
I think it's investment income. The
Oh, wait a minute.
1.2 is investment income.
Yeah.
Fines and forfeitures are the other one.
The investment income that was put into the budget was last year overstated considerably.
Okay.
It was predicated on prior years, but also on monies that was accumulated that are no longer there, specifically ARPA funds that they invested to generate interest. And also, as you know, the interest rates weren't as favorable as they were in prior years. So that's what has affected the interest income.
Okay, so it was overstated. Let me see if I understood it. It was overstated.
Yes.
And now we're correcting it in this budget, and that's why I'm
Well,
seeing.
now it's the actual.
That's the actual.
Yes,
Which is down by $1.2 million,
Correct.
which
that's a significant number.
I'd like to have that one, but that's, that's a 75% of a percentage point.
Yeah.
But how about this fine and the fines and forfeitures? What is that? Someone explain that to me. It's the item that's right before would appear $1.6 million. Am I seeing something incorrect? Please. 1.6, no. Oh, what am I saying? Oh, hold on, let me take this.
Point of information.
Good, Mr.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at departmental. My bad. My eyes, these glasses don't work. So thank you for,
Yeah, I was
thank
gonna
you for
say,
helping.
yeah, never mind. Thank you.
Your younger eyes and your glasses are much better. So I looked at, all right, so the issue is, I was one off, yes. So departmental is looking at 1.2 million. Investment income, as you stated, was $1.6 million. So what's departmental? Where am I?
No,
What does that?
Departmental is all departments that generate any type of revenue,
Okay,
specifically city clerk's office.
right.
Economic development, inspections,
Yeah.
fire, police, they all have revenue line items that generate revenue.
So we're not generating inspections that we want. I thought it right away.
Well,
So we're not generating revenues at the right rate,
Up to the budgeted number,
up to the budget number.
correct.
So.
But again,
Yeah,
President Wall, it could be that some of this is seasonal too. So
Right.
in other words, there's usually more activity in the spring for
Mhm.
inspections, and, even some of the items in city clerk.
could be, yes, I see. I
I'm
get
not
you.
saying that's going to
Licenses.
resolve the difference, but it certainly would have a definite factor.
Looking at, if we go down the same page, page 5, the expenditures, I'm looking at, aside from, and if you look at the whole grouping, aside from municipal salaries, other, I don't know what that means, and education, every item in the expenditures is running a deficit, totaling $9.2 million.
I think one of the biggest is, from what I see on page 2, one of the biggest items is interest on debt.
Yep,
That's another
yep.
other item that was not budgeted, in my opinion, correctly.
So, yeah, so that's an item that's concerned. There's several items that are concerning.
Yeah.
Adding up to a very big number.
Correct.
So how do we reconcile the interest on debt situation? Because that's come up a few times when we discussed it. Is this just something we're gonna eat?
Well, interest on debt, I mean, obviously, we have to pay what the correct debt figure is, both principal and interest.
Right.
So if it's underreported, then
We're
you
stuck.
gotta pay what it is, because it's bond money, and you have to pay your debt.
You gotta
and
pay
don't
your debt.
You don't wanna default on debt service.
No, certainly not. So I think I've covered enough of that one. If I go to page 13,
Mhm.
under adjustments, let me see if I can get my pages correctly. Thank you. Okay. So this is a page we looked at before, under adjustments, and it would appear we've made adjustments that between our revenues and our expenditures to approximately $1.6 million. Is that correct?
Yes, I don't have that sheet.
Page 13.
Yeah, I don't have it with me. I didn't bring the whole file with me.
All right.
So
So
the adjustments,
yeah, explain where does that money to make adjustments come from would be a
it's from
question.
other line items from different areas of the budget. So in other words, what we do is in the fourth quarter, we do what they call fourth quarter transfers.
All right, so this
So
is,
if you're over, say, in finance,
right,
but you're under in public works, you can do what they call a fourth quarter transfer
now,
to balance things
just
out.
for my edification, if I recall, I referred to the adjustments last month as well, but we weren't in the fourth quarter then. Yeah,
No.
all right, so this
But-
is the beginning of our fourth quarter.
Correct.
But there were adjustments made to certain other lines. Some of the lines that I see here,
Yeah.
the two overtime lines were addressed.
Okay.
At that time, you weren't making an adjustment, a fourth quarter adjustment. Where was that money coming from?
It should have come from within that particular department's budget.
Within
Yeah.
the department's budget?
I don't have it in front of me, so I
No,
can't.
no, I have it. Yeah, no, I got you. So when you did make an adjustment prior to the fourth quarter, it
Yeah.
came out, it had to come out of that department.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
like
Just-
it could be out of any item in finance, like if finance is broken down.
Yeah.
Between treasury and collection,
Right.
tax assessor, blah, 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 you can move money around. But to take it from finance and put it into, say, public
Right.
works, that's a fourth quarter
All
adjustment.
right. Now I see where it went. It would be helpful to find out where it came from. Is there a way
Yeah.
that when we have this on the report
Could
next?
you, if you don't mind, could you send me an email
Absolutely.
and I will do some investigation and I'll
Absolutely.
have answers for you.
Okay. Just because as we're moving Rob and Peter to pay Paul, I'd like to know
Yeah.
if we're doing it right and,
Yeah.
all right. And I'm sure, you are.
Well, I think we're doing it right. It's just that the resources to do it with
Hmm.
is limited because
I get it.
don't feel the budget was adequate.
Right, and I think nobody's gonna argue with it all in this room. All right, I'm gonna move on to economic development. And it's funny we were talking about this evening. On page 15, and I don't know if you have all your pages, but it says economic development, federal grants. I got a bunch of zeros.
Director, if you could just speak into the mic.
Oh, he hasn't started yet. So
Are you looking at revenue side?
I'm looking at the revenues. So no grants come in for. Page 15, right in the middle. It's a tiny, let's see, which one is it? Economic development is 1110. Department of Economic Development, Federal State Grants, Department of Economic Development. And it's easy to see, it's the only one with all zeros.
I'm trying to find it. Because I just ran a report today and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get.
It's right under Planning Commission. Would you like, Tracy has one, would you like to see hers?
Yes, please.
Do we have to accept that into the record, Counselor?
No,
Okay.
it's on the agenda, I believe. So 1110. Should be all zeros across.
There's been no activity this year at all.
Okay, so in last year's budget, we had no economic development grants,
As far as I know, because there's nothing that's listed currently,
right?
nor is there anything.
It
in
was
this
the year
report.
before, so now, listen, I'm not gonna talk about that fact, but the fact that we're working on the year before's grant, still, that's another issue entirely. But I guess I don't know, we never assumed that he would do any work in this, if he was able to, we assumed he wouldn't give any grants away, so.
I assume so.
It's
but I
not you who
wasn't
did
here.
it. Yeah, I'm just pointing out, it's kind of funny that it's not, there was nothing there that year, and thank God he would have, work to do this year. Anyway, okay, let me move on to that one. So under inspections, which is right on the same page, 1111, I'm seeing a deficit in revenues in that department, $127,000, $776.
Okay, well, my latest report as of today.
Yeah.
Inspections, the figure that is inspections is 2,815,000. We've brought in over about 2.3 million, and it's at about 80% through today. So in my opinion, they're pretty much on track to hit the budgeted figure by year end.
Okay, so they had a good couple of weeks.
They must have, yeah.
Because compared to what I'm seeing, yeah, they had a very good couple of weeks.
That's why you can't.
Seasonal, yes.
That's why, Councilman, you can't always base it on a month-end report
Yeah.
because things can change
Oh, no, I agree with you on that one, 100%.
considerably depending on
Yeah.
the time of year, too.
So you bring up, and I'm glad you brought up that report, because you had told us before the council, that you run the weekly reports.
That's what I
Right.
ran today.
You ran. how
And I
long does it-
usually run it on a Monday because activity for the week comes forward over the weekend.
Would you say that report that you received, that you ran today, is as accurate as the one that we received? Is there
Oh, no,
anything?
this is March 31st, your report.
That's my report.
What I have is dated May 4th.
Yours is
So
for
I'm
the
running
week.
through April.
Yeah, so you went, so every week you can run one.
That's correct.
So it takes a few minutes to run it?
Yeah.
And is it as accurate as the one we received
Well,
for?
It's all the data that's in our system, so it is accurate.
All right, so I ask you a question. When you run that report
Yeah,
and you see issues,
yeah.
what do you do?
I bring it to the attention of my finance department.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I bring it to the attention of the department heads.
Okay. Do you ever bring it to the administration?
I haven't since I've been back, but I have in the past. yes.
I mean, if you saw something glaring,
Oh, yeah.
you would bring it to the
Oh, yeah.
administration,
Yes.
$10.4 million deficit. That would be something that we bring, right? But that point, as rightfully said, we've already spent the money, which I keep referring to that because that bothers me. I'm searching through this thing. I'm trying to find a way to get ahead of the money. So
Well-
we don't spend it, but I haven't found that way just yet.
One of the ways is that if there's any purchase orders or expenditures that come through, if they're over budget, unless they can find a line item to do a transfer, I won't process the PO.
Right.
So
And you're-
that puts some clamp on it.
so you're a little ahead of the game, but
Yes.
we're still behind. They've already.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but a lot of it's salary related
Right.
items too. so-
Those things you can't, yeah.
No.
So I got another question because a lot of time, I think a lot of it's been brought up about how long the report takes to get to us. Usually 3 to 5 weeks to get to it. Yours came out today and you got it right out. Why can't we have ours as soon as the month's over?
That, it has to do with all the calculation for the whole month. This is a weekly report that just shows revenue and expenditures. Your report's much more detailed.
Is there any way you think we could light a fire under and get a little faster?
Well, I mean, what we could do is, at any time, I can provide these reports that I run
Mhm.
to the council.
But, and that would tell me just the transactions. I mean, how many pages is that one? I mean, I think we'd like to see it. I think I'd like to see it weekly.
It's 16, roughly 16
Yeah.
pages in expenditures and about 6 in revenue.
You know, weekly, I would love that if you could, and I'm sure administration, you don't send it to the administration, dude. You don't receive it, do you, Director? Would you like to? Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see it. I don't know if any council member would, if you could, I think I speak for all the council members. We'd like to see it because as updated as we can be, and I appreciate it. Because that was concerning, because I looked at over the last 2 years, especially the last, we had one that almost came in 5 months late. 5 months late. That can't happen, especially if we're going to be called on the carpet for not knowing what's in it. So that's a concern. Thank you. Hold on, I only have a couple more questions, I promise you. Okay. Gee, if you could look on 22, and this concerns the city council, page 22.
That audit? That the audit?
Page number 22, yes, for the audit.
Okay, what that represents is our auditing fees that the city pays in total, and then we get reimbursed from the school department for their share of the audit. And that's something that's going to be done in the fourth quarter. So I think based on what I recall, the school owes the city about $60,000 in that general area.
Yeah,
for
audit
their-
is
for
city
their-
books.
Yeah, for their portion of the audit.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and maybe it's my own ego as the head of the city council. I hate to see that I'm over budget, especially that I say,
Well, you're not
I
going to
didn't
be.
approve of that.
You're not going to be once we get the money from
You
the school.
promised me that. There we go. Because that bothered me when I looked over the
No.
report, because it wasn't like that, and I know I didn't overspend my budget. And I looked at all the people I signed, you know, I only signed checks for a few people, but I made sure I was below budget. So thank you for clearing that. I do appreciate that part. Finance, 25.
Is this on the expenditure side?
Well, on the expenditures, yes. Page 25, finance, and I'll tell you what I'm zeroing in on. Severance, $43,000.
Yep.
I know you can't tell me who, but. that's a
Well, I
substantial
could
number.
get you a report that shows who it is, but the severance represents severance. For some reason, the way it's set up, severance is charged to finance for all departments except police and fire.
Okay, so any severance.
So like if
all
highway,
s-
someone
right.
leaves and gets $20,000, it hits my account.
Yeah, because I know you have a small account, a small department. And when I saw $43,000 coming out of the finance department, a red flag went up in my
Yeah.
head. So thank you for explaining that. That's why I'm here. I appreciate you coming and telling me the truth. Is there any place I'd find the bonuses? Because I'm very concerned about the bonuses. The bonuses that were paid out for those people who wanted to retire. And they were like $10,000 to $15,000. And you know, at the time, I expressed some concern that the parameters were unclear. There was no cap in that. Where do I find it in this, is there?
That'll be part of, their salary line items, but I don't think that's, has happened to this point, because most everyone left on Friday.
And I'm seeing Director Renzulli say you believe it's gonna come up May 1?
That's when they left. Yeah. Probably
Right.
won't be for another
So
couple of
maybe in the May
weeks.
report, they'll
Oh,
be,
yeah, by the end of May?
well, yeah, I
Yes.
mean, by then, we'll get that the end of May if history is any teacher.
It should be in the
We'll get
next.
it a month after that. We'll be just about the end of the fiscal year.
Director, if you could come to the mic, please.
Oh, yeah, because I can hear well. Yeah, that's true. So, thank you.
I see you now.
Thank you. People have different dates also that they're leaving. A majority of the people
Yep.
elected to leave May 1st. Some people are leaving at different times based on, time that they have to take off, or if they're going to hit a milestone as far as age, or when they can get Medicare, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not all going to be in one
You don't think
full
it'll be all in one
swoop.
report?
You're not going to see it all in 1 month, I don't believe. And where it will go, whether in severance or in their actual pay, I'm not sure.
Thank you, thank you.
I can try and find out, but I'm just
Yeah,
not sure.
no, I know it's gonna be sometime in May, so it's definitely not gonna be in this report. So we'll get it probably in May, but the lines that actually, I would like to know exactly what was spent.
Where it's hitting, I
Yeah,
imagine, yeah.
Because that, I'll be honest with you, when it happened, I was concerned. That we wouldn't realize savings and we were spending money, I didn't know where the heck it was coming from. And at that time, you can watch the video, I didn't get an answer.
I think, Council President, I think you'll really realize the savings in the next year. So we take the hit for that amount of money this year, and then next year, we don't have, those positions have been eliminated.
Gotcha.
So that's where you're going to realize the savings, not in this fiscal year. There's just not enough
I hear you.
time, I believe. Thank you.
Hopefully, get knock on wood, right? I have one more question and I'll be done. So this one's probably a simple one, but as I was going through, it'd be on page 30 and it's just gonna be, the highway department. All right, so I'm seeing, we're over a significant amount there, but, oh, I know. And we all remember that pretty well, right? You of all people, right? So I'm looking, that's significant. When something like this happened and we had 2 substantial blizzards and we really haven't seen much snow in the last couple of years. So it had been, I assume, budgeted lower. But I'm seeing, substantial, over $900,000, deficit there. And vendors got a great deal, like $52,000 plus. So where's that money going to come from? It couldn't be helped. It's not pointing fingers. I'm just wondering, where is that going to come from?
It just comes from the general fund in
So the
general.
surplus, yeah,
Well, which creates a deficit.
yeah, I get
I
it, yeah.
mean, I believe we budgeted approximately consistently 750,000 for all snow-related items. And I believe it came in at about 1.5 million total.
Yeah,
So that's significant. I mean,
that's significant.
but
yeah.
if you look in prior years, you could say, well, maybe we should have budgeted more for this next year.
Right.
But if you look at prior years, we had enough that we didn't even hit our budgeted
I know.
figure. So
So this was the anomaly. This is the
Yes.
unicorn.
I hope it doesn't
I'm
happen.
hoping so too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna yield my time. I appreciate your answers. They were informative and hopefully I didn't
No,
dig into you too much. That was not my intention. Thank you so much.
Councilman Bonanno.
Thank you. I only have 2 questions. Well, one's more of a statement. First of all, thank you, Director Strom. I don't think anybody here, has had to clean up more than you have. And, well, yes, it's true, we're in a tough situation. We appreciate you coming here and answering these questions because we realize that it wasn't you that caused the situation. You just happen to sit in the same seat. That being said, I just have one question. We're now in the 4th quarter. So have we begun 4th quarter transfers? And, what is the most problematic area that we're seeing that we have to transfer into? And I have one follow-up after that.
Councilman, I haven't really looked at that yet because we just started the 4th quarter, but I can get back to you. I mean, obviously,
fine.
there's a number of areas that we have to adjust or transfer.
So,
And I have to look to see where there's monies available to transfer. That's the other part.
yeah, I mean, I think, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I could assume that most of us would probably be curious about that. So once you get the budget, it's
Yeah.
going to come to us pretty soon. Once that's done, I might want to see
Yeah.
a spreadsheet with something like that on it.
I believe in the past, I don't know what my predecessor did, but I know in the past, I believe we always provided you with 4th quarter transfer report.
Yeah, I don't recall that. It may have happened, but I've only been here with your predecessor and successor. My other question has to do with snow. Like this year, obviously, we doubled our budget. When we have our budget in a mild winter, we don't save that money to go to next year, do we? We use it to plug holes.
It just flows down into your cumulative surplus.
Do you think that's the wisest thing to do year over year?
Uh, Well, we usually need that money to balance out other things that are over. So if you want to have a balanced budget, some things that you've had positive results in need to offset some of the negative results. I would love to say, well, we could take X amount of dollars and put it into like a reserve.
Yep.
But I don't think we have the luxury to do that.
Not this year, clearly.
Right.
Um,
I don't think next year either. Next year.
well, you're right. I know you're right. We all know you're right. I just think that perhaps once this trajectory that we're in switches, and I hope it does more quickly than more slowly, that might be something to think about so we don't get ourselves in a hole in the future. You know, the weathermen don't even know what the weather's gonna be. I don't expect the finance director in Cranston to know what the winter's gonna be when they're making the budget in April or March. So that's something that we should think about for the future once the trajectory changes. So, thank you.
Councilman Ritz.
Just a couple of them. Most of my questions were answered already. I am happy to hear that the purchase orders, you know, are using emergency and essential ones. So is there any big ticket items that you have seen or that you foresee that we should be aware of that are coming up?
Not that I can recall at this point. I did meet with the Public Works Director today, and he put through at least 3 or 4 transfers to balance out some POs that were relatively small numbers, you know, nothing major.
And my other question was, Council President spoke about a little bit. I saw we're 132% of debt services. I struggle with how that was so under budgeted. How is that so far off? Is it the time that the projects are being launched?
No, that debt service is predicated on a schedule that's been generated by the bond company and our fiscal advisor. So why it wasn't adhered to the chart that I used for 27, I have no idea.
Because my other question with that too, is there any capital project purchases we should hold to kind of stop that number from being 200% over budget? Is there anything we should wait
No,
on?
because the capital projects are already, that are in debt service are already been bonded for and expensed and completed.
And then my last thing is just a comment. The council president mentioned, you know, waiting 5 months for reports. I know that was not you, but that is an extremely long time to wait. And I know the finance chair has asked for those repeatedly to get those, and he can be a real pain in the ass. So.
I mean, not to say, you know, anything negative about the council, but I did offer my services for anyone that wanted to call me or come to my office and meet with me on the current budget that we're working on. And I've only gotten one response from Councilwoman Graziano. So in other words, there's got to be communication both ways is what I'm saying. And I'd be more than happy to provide the information if someone's looking for it, because there's nothing that I intend to hide. It's all public record.
Absolutely. And then also the council president, I do agree with the weekly reports. I think that's a little quicker for us to digest, and we can come a little quicker with our questions too. So if that's possible, definitely, that would be a big help for us. Okay, thank you.
Councilman Campbell.
Thank you, Chair. First, I do have an appointment to come and see you tomorrow, so I'll be there. Back to the director, I'm under page 32, I believe, under refuse removal and disposal. Under refuse hauling and tipping fees, we appear to be way over on that. Are we in danger of going way over our budget on that area?
No.
It's 1306, 56, 54.6 and 54.602.
Okay, based on my report that I ran today, Councilman, on the hauling fees were based on the schedule with Waste Management. So it's right on schedule. So we're not going to go over budget on the hauling fees. On the tipping fees, we're actually a little under budget. So we're not over. So unless we have whether that we get rejections or something from wetness of loads or whatever the case may be, right now we're going to be under budget for tipping fees.
Is that affected seasonally because spring is coming and we got cleanups and stuff like that. Would that affect it?
Not really, because I think that's under refuge removal other for yard waste and stuff like that. The line underneath the tipping fees, I believe. So I think refuse removal, even though the contract is very expensive with waste management, I think we're in good shape based on what was budgeted.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Director, I have a few questions. So Director, this monthly financial report ending in March, that's helping you shape the next budget that the mayor is going to present us, correct?
Could you repeat that one more time, please?
This month, I always
Yeah,
speak in
for
so I can
March.
get my question
For
out. I
March
have to go around. So this monthly financial report is helping you shape the next budget that you're going to present us, correct?
Yes and no. Actually, the reports that I run by department that I expressed to you that is available, I use that as my basis more than just the monthly month-end report.
Okay, so since that report helps you, as you know, today is May 4th, tomorrow is May 5th. The end of the week, next Monday will be May 10th. Do you have an idea when you guys will present us a new budget? Because you said nobody's contacted you, but we really can't contact you because we don't have nothing from you yet.
Well, I thought we were going to meet to discuss formulating like a new budget based on some of the council's ideas as well, not just the administration.
Okay, that's fair enough. So
A new budget, I don't know if we have a timeline right now, but it's going to be in a short period of time.
okay,
And it's got to be because I believe it has to be adopted by May 10th, which is 15th, I'm sorry, by a week from this Friday.
so I would just urge the administration to look at this monthly report to generate a new budget to
Yes.
submit to us so that way we can.
I've already
move it
started
along.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I got you. All right, Council President Haroyan.
I would just like to comment on something. You said you hadn't heard from us. I know I personally spoke to Auditor DeMayo several times and gave him my wishes for the budget, and he was meeting with you and working with you. So he said it wasn't necessary to reach out to you.
Okay, but I'm just telling you, the last meeting we had, the council meeting, I did offer to meet with the council and on an individual basis or as a couple of people together. So I didn't realize that. He and I talk all the time, so sometimes,
He assured me of that because I was very concerned.
yeah.
Clerk, please note for the record, Mayor Trafficante is present.
I apologize.
Mayor Trafficante, the floor is yours.
I was next door at the school committee meeting.
Do you have any questions for Director Strom on the monthly reports?
Now, the superintendent painted a pretty dim picture of what's happening on the school department side. She indicated several cuts in a variety of areas, serious cuts, especially in the personnel area. They're in trouble, and she knows it.
And that's going to reflect the monthly reports because we're going to stay on topic. Seeing any other council people? I'll end with you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Listen, I come clean. I haven't reached out to Director Strom. I haven't. I was working it. I'm sorry. I do intend to, and forgive me, but he did offer, and he's offered on occasion. And I do appreciate the expertise he brings because his answers, they're straight to the numbers, answers. And if there's something he doesn't know, he says he'll find out. That I appreciate. We don't all know each other. I appreciate him coming in and answering these questions very deliberately, trying to give us accurate answers and also giving us some ideas. I like the idea of bringing the weekly report, that question, because as much as I do enjoy going over this report, it is, as it was stated before in the press, the horse has already left the barn at this point. So the closer we can get to that place where we're finding out how we're doing the things wrong, the better we're going to be. So a little closer by the week is better. It's a smaller document for us to digest because we are part-time legislators. We all only have so much time. So I thank you. And I yield my time.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Chairman.
Moving on to correspondence and communications, there are none. Oh, Director, you have something to say?
Yes,
I thought we ended with the president.
I
Sorry.
just wanted to let the president know that as far as the snow, we also did apply to FEMA to get reimbursement on some of that. That can take a year, it can take 18 months. So we don't know how much we're going to get or when it's going to come, but some of that should come back to us. And also for Councilman Bonanno, I believe that the fourth quarter transfers might come across as miscellaneous finance reports. They do send those sometimes. So that's what I think that is. Thank you.
And that's all on the monthly. Oh, Mr.
In
Rhoda.
response to Vice President Horayan's statement, I've spoken with Bob Strom about many council reductions, but didn't get specific on what council member it was from. I just felt that it was in the interest of, this was what was brought to me, and the reductions that were suggested, instead of singling any one council person out. I thought that was the right way to go.
Thank you, Director. Any other council people? Okay, moving on to number 5, correspondence and communications. There are none. Moving on to number 8, council member communications. There are none. Moving on to number 9, may I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. We are adjourned at 8:04.